General Anthony Wayne was one of the most colorful of all commanders-in-chief that the Army of the United States has ever had. Some have acclaimed him as a first native-born military genius, whose greatness as an organizer of troops and as a military planner is only now beginning to be recognized at its full worth. Because of his brilliant exploits during the American Revolution, he was regarded as a military hero in his own time. Anthony Wayne was born January 1st, 1745, in Chester County, Pennsylvania, which is approximately 5 miles from Valley Forge. Anthony was the only son of Isaac and Elizabeth Wayne. He was named after his grandfather, Captain Anthony Wayne, a veteran of Marlborough's campaigns. Anthony's school record was far from outstanding. The most remarkable incident of his school days was a sham battle in which Wayne and his classmates reenacted the capture of Fort Ticonderoga in 1759. In school, he learned enough mathematics to make him a competent surveyor, and in 1765, when he was 20 years old, a land company sent him to look after the surveying lands in Nova Scotia. During the winter, he returned to Philadelphia and married Mary Penrose, the daughter of a Philadelphia merchant. He was regarded as a leader in Chester County. He served in the Pennsylvania legislature from 1774 to 1775. The Nova Scotia land venture failed in 1766. Wayne returned to Chester County to run the family farm and tannery in partnership with his father. His father's death in 1775 made him a man of means and position. In an attack before dawn on September 20th, the British fell upon Anthony Wayne's force of 1,500 men encamped at Paoli, not far from his birthplace. The British had learned the position of his camp from spies. Wayne himself was warned by an old farmer of the approach of the British, but not soon enough to get his men completely ready. The British moved up while it was still dark and slaughtered more than 200 men before Wayne could get his forces organized to fight a rear guard action. Because of the number killed by the cold steel of bayonets, this affair was known as the Paoli Massacre. Although Wayne kept his head in the midst of all the confusion and gave the proper orders to get the rest of his men away safely, he was later accused of negligence. He asked for a court-martial, which acquitted him unanimously and called him an active and brave officer. In the career of almost every great military leader, similar disasters can be found, caused by the sheer bad luck or unforeseen combination of circumstances. But the measure of Wayne's greatness was his ability to meet disaster. The British had occupied Philadelphia after the Battle of Brandywine. Washington planned a surprise attack on the British forces stationed at Germantown, 5 miles from the city. The Americans failed to succeed in the Battle of Germantown on October 4th, 1777, because the stubborn British defense of the Chew House enabled them to get reinforcements in time. Again, Wayne and his troops were the rear guard covering the retreat of the American army. During the bitter winter at Valley Forge, Wayne kept the esteem and confidence of his men and led expeditions to gather grain and cattle to feed the army. On one occasion in southern Jersey, he and a Polish general with 600 men attacked and frightened away a British force of 4,000. When word came to Valley Forge in early June 1778 that the British were leaving Philadelphia and moving across New Jersey to New York City, Wayne and his Pennsylvanians were among the first to leave the winter encampment in pursuit of the enemy, and they had an important part in the Battle of Monmouth on June 28th, the occasion when Mary Hayes, the wife of a Pennsylvania soldier, gained the nickname of Molly Pitcher.